Okay, so this is just like a quick little warning thing at the beginning of this video. This is my first time ever recording with a mic. So I had the gain set a tad bit high. So certain parts of this video where I start to enunciate my words a little bit more loudly are gonna be a bit loud. So I just wanted to give y'all like a warning at the beginning of this that certain parts of this video are gonna be a bit up there in the volume region. So just, you know, be careful. Viewer discretion is advised, or tread carefully, or caution, or warning. I don't fucking know. Don't go deaf. I love you. Whoa, it looked like I didn't have a neck there for this. Hi guys, it's Izmit, the Vidly Yapper, I guess. I'm here. I'm out of breath from walking up the stairs. Oh my god. My mom made soup. I'm gonna eat that in this video. I'm so out of breath. 2 flights of carpeted stairs. How could they? I think it's one. Oh wait, 1 story is 1 flight, so I think. I don't know. Could you put 2 flights of stairs in one? I think I probably just gave somebody like an aneurysm from like sheer mental retardation there. That was terrible. I came to talk about Dabhdude, and I want to emphasize before I even start talking here, this is not a shitty Dabhdude. It's the worst place. That spit in my soup. I'm acting like that's gross. It's my spit. Oh god, it is kind of gross though. Like, you can see the bubbles. I guess like tomatoes and spit with AIDS. I used to know Dabhdude back in the day. When I was like, I've talked about this in an older video, but like, just in case you haven't seen that, when I was like 10 years old, I knew Dub. He was like 16, 17. Rev was there too. There was Rev, Flamey Cat, SpongeBob, Plushy Cam. God, there was a lot of people. I can't remember them all, and they all thought I was really annoying. That's really all that matters. Yet for some reason they invited me to their little group calls anyways. I don't know what that was about. Maybe they just, I think I was like a lol cow or some shit for them. Like they just thought I was really goofy. I remember once I said, I genuinely, I'm being for real right now. I actually thought that syphilis, the STD, was a thing that happens when you go through puberty. Needless to say, Flamey Cat drew a picture of me saying, when I get older and I go through puberty, I'm gonna get syphilis. Like it was pretty, all it would have taken was like a quick Google search, but I was convinced that it was just the thing that happens when you turn 13. Like, you know, everything, you know, you get hair down there, you start to like girls, you get syphilis. Case in point though, Dabhdude always made some interesting content. I remember anyone who actually fucked with this channel, like pre 1000 sub shit, was would remember when he had the fucking Yoshi plush with the red vest. That shit was hard. I fucking missed that. Dabhdude I think started his channel when he was like 15, 16 years old. And dude, he was so tough. He was the first fucker to start doing the little SML reviews before like Rev started doing them, and like Plushy Cam started doing them, and Spung, and I think I even made a few. Like a lot of people were making those SML reviews for a while.
This video gets a 2 out of 5, a color orange range rating. Now, what could have made this better? Simple.
Dub was the OG. He was the original gangsta of the fucking SML review community. And that shit was cool. That was a really niche little community. Let me switch this real quick. It's a fucking ad for what am I even looking at here? His old videos with the like Yoshi plush person. Oh my god, with the Yoshi plush doll, like doing the little reviews. I think his first was Bowser Jr.'s 6th birthday. Anybody who still watched SML, which I doubt is many of you, but if you still do, can y'all believe Junior's about to be a fucking adult? I'm not trying to say that like SML is like peak fiction or some shit, but like it is kind of impressive the fact that they've actually continued to age the characters past just what they were when they first debuted. That's pretty cool. And they don't just like get older and still act the same way. They develop new hobbies, find new friends, find new passions. They talk differently. They actually sit there and have like normal conversations, and they talk about stuff like girls and video games, stuff that teenage boys talk about. Like, that's actually pretty cool. Dabhdude's old videos were really fun. They were like, you know, clearly just a teenager, you know, with a little bit of the tism, making some goofy content about like SML and stuff. Like, it was cool. And there was still like a wholesome aspect to the community too, with like the whole like SML reviewer making videos, Flamey Cat making videos, Dub making videos. They were like a little trio. They were like they were like SML, Junior, Joseph, and Cody. Like, they were literally a little trio together doing their thing. And then everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. I will go blow my nose first. Around like 2015, I'd say, they all started picking up a little bit more steam. They weren't like big channels by any means, but they got like a little bit of a following for themselves. And this is also when I started talking to all of them, and there started being some little drama here and there. You know, people would fight, people would not like each other. There was the whole thing, Super Mario Thunder, that little deviant. Oh my god, if anybody remembers them, like, bless your heart, you're dope. This is still kind of a smooth point for Dub's channel. He started doing tips videos and update videos, and like he did an interview with Logan around this time, I think. No, that was later. He did like quite a bit of stuff. He was doing SMG4 reviews and things like that too, more than just SML content, which was pretty cool. And he still made his signature reactions that everyone likes to clown on him for. And if I'm being for real, I can't really talk. My playthrough videos are basically the same thing as those. You don't see my face or like anything, you just hear me talking over gameplay footage. But I feel like that's a little more accepted. Maybe, I'm not entirely sure, I have no idea. But then 2017 came around and something, now guys, lock the fuck in, cause shit's about to get real here. I'm telling you, hold on to your fucking pussy. I hope this is extremely loud and obnoxious. Mario, please, folk. Real trap shit, rock with your boy. Dabhdude, Super Mario Logan, during this time period, ended up becoming mainstream.
But he a snitch ass fuck nigga, Cody.
And shit got real. This shit was nuts, okay? I have actually, this is a little bit of a passionate topic of mine. I've been on SML, okay? I watched that shit for the first time back in 2014 when I was visiting my family in Turkey. And I was over here like, oh my God, this channel is the best fucking thing ever. It was so dope. Jeffy wasn't even a thing yet, nor was he gonna be for another 2 years. And I remember I was putting dudes on at school, bro. I was heading to my 4th grade class like, hey, Jordan, you heard of Super Mario Logan, my boy? And he'd be like, who? Come spend the night at my house, bro. I got some shit to show you. Every single time I invited a friend over to my house to spend the night, I would show them SML. And then from that, it was like introducing them to the needle. Instantly, after that, every single time I saw him at school, did you see Chef Pee Pee Quits Part 4? I was putting motherfuckers on. And then all of a sudden, in like late 2016, Jeffy became a thing. And then by 2017, dude, everyone knew who SML was. It was so weird. He blew up so fucking much during that time period. It was fucking crazy. And I remember all these kids were coming up to me like, do you watch Jeffy? I was over here doing like the Lil Ryan intro like that. I just got on that Super Mario Logan. I've been on that. I just got on that.
Jeffy.
I've been on that. I'm fucking gay. On some real shit though. That's a very passionate topic of mine. I was just over here like, oh my God, everyone knows who this motherfucker is now. And I've been on that shit. I felt so dope. I was like, man, y'all just finding this shit. Man, me and Logan go back. Back when I wanted to have somebody, this is my 4th time retaking this sentence. Back when I wanted to have somebody to talk about SML with, I had to go and show my friends SML and hope they would like it as much as I did. Which usually was the case because when you're a little boy, you know, you see Mario plushies, you hear the N-word. This is peak comedy. I mean, I still think that way, but like, especially when I was like 10 years old.
What's up, nigga? Jeffy, what's up, Daddy? I'm a gangster now. Jeffy, why are you dressed like that?
And that was the thing. Back then, like, I had to go out of my way to get people into SML. All of a sudden, everyone and their grandma knew what it was. So, like, you know what I mean? I loved it. I was so happy. I could literally just talk to anybody whenever I would go anywhere. Like, you guys seen that new SML video? You seen that new Jeffy? And everyone knew what it was. It was fucking dope. But Dub did not like that very much at all. See, he was not just an OG like I would. I consider myself an OG for knowing him pre-Jeffy. Dub had been watching since pre-Junior. Dabhdude was not a fan of Jeffy, and he was pretty vocal about it.
Do you think my videos have declined in quality for ages now? Screw you! You know why? Because Jeffy makes me money, and what I want above all else is more money.
I used to have the biggest crush on my uncle.
He made several breakdown videos, yelling and screaming and getting angry about the whole thing, and he also made like 3, I think, SML 2017 problems, talking about how the content was stale now. Can we be real for a second? Like, I understand you're totally entitled to your opinion. If you think SML got worse after they added Jeffy, like, that's totally fair. But in my opinion, I think the content was exactly the same, just a new character was added that ended up becoming a part of the main cast because a lot of people really liked him. And I feel like that's really all that changed. It was still like the same type of plot, the same type of video with the same type of jokes, just now Jeffy was there, and that was like pretty much the only difference. And I don't know, I guess it really depends on how much you like Jeffy. I just don't think it was really that serious. Like, people like Dub and a few other channels were talking about SML, like it all of a sudden had become like the worst thing ever, and I don't know. I mean, like, I just don't personally think it was that deep, but like, you know, what do I know? That's just my take. I get it. Like, that's like upsetting to see like your favorite YouTube channel kind of lose the heart and soul it had at one point. But like, Logan was like 23 years old at this point. He was not a little kid anymore. The dumbest thing Logan could have done at that point is to get rid of Jeffy like WH wanted him to. Why the fuck would he do that? That might be the worst idea in the history of bad ideas. Like, that is just, why? Why would they do that? Jeffy is the reason Logan became more than just another small YouTuber. He became not just mainstream, he was on the fucking news.
We took a closer look at Jeffy, the puppet, on the popular YouTube channel Super Mario Logan.
35 million views, the N-word.
Racial stereotypes, cursing, misogyny, I mean, violence, it's got it all. This is not something parents would want their kids watching.
If anything, I feel like Logan's channel would have probably died, like, way long ago if it wasn't for Jeffy. Like, he probably would be one of those channels that has, like, 400, 500,000 subs, but, like, they only get, like, 2,000 views a video now because, like, no one really watches anymore. He would have probably ended up like the other fucking plush channels out there, like Sash Bros and Cute Mario Bros, and would have hung that shit up a long time ago. Controversial take. I think they're better than they've ever been before. I think it's funny the way they don't really even try to go on script anymore and they just record themselves having conversations.
Everybody gets a turn on my mom.
Where'd he go? Where's he going? What the fuck? I think he knows how fucked up it is.
Probably. I thought it was my turn.
What the fuck?
Maybe it's just because I have a little crush on Poobie. I don't know. Could be a lot of things. On a real note though, this was kind of like the beginning of the downfall for Dub's channel. I mean, like, he was still getting views and shit. And for a little bit, he quit making SML content, which was like nuts. That was, I'll give that like a 5. He kept doing the same content with like the reviews and like the reactions, and I think he stopped the tips videos around this time. Like, those were like the main things he was doing at this point, were like reaction videos and like reviews every once in a while. It was pretty rare. He did like batch reviews, I think he would do. I'm not sure, which I don't even know. Respectfully, I don't even know why he bothered at this point, because every SML video past like 2021 is literally just Logan, Lavelle, and Pablo just having a conversation through the puppets. I don't know why Dub even really bothered at this point, but like, I respect his charisma. I don't think that's the right word. I'm not entirely sure. And around this time is when he got into his whole controversy thing with like Darkrai or whatever. And then he stopped making like SML content altogether recently, and he's made some pretty interesting like TV show reviews of like the dinosaurs and fucking Jimmy Neutron and like stuff like that, which is pretty cool. I'm not gonna hate on that. I think WH Dude was a pretty interesting content creator, but I think he definitely needed to do a little more and just be a little bit more self-aware, in my opinion. Dub, if you're watching this, hi, it's me, Super Link Plushies. You remember me? Probably not, but if you do, hi. I'm an adult now. I'm no longer a kid. How things have changed, you bitch-ass motherfucker. Little light-skinned milk dud. I thought it was alright. I don't think Dub was a bad channel. RIP SML Reviewer. He was great. And SpongeBob, you're definitely not watching this, but if you are, I love you, Dad, and I'm good at what I do, trust. I'll change your life. You might say you're straight. That's right. That's for now, though. You know what I'm saying? We can change that. We can change those things. Do some things to you, my nigga. Y'all have fun. I hope you have a great night, and you should not be allowed to vote if you use Twitter.